Hey everybody, I just wanted to share a quick tip on how you can use Koosh balls in counseling. So if you follow me on Instagram at schoolpsychmandag, then you'll probably have seen one of my latest posts in my stories where I shared an awesome find that I came across today on Amazon actually. So on Amazon they sell Koosh balls, but they're not called Koosh balls. I forget like what they called them, but they sold them in a set of 5. So you get 5 different colored ones like this. And I believe it was just under $10 maybe, and it was with Amazon Prime, so you get super fast shipping as well. But I love using these in counseling, and I have some of these in my office in like my little bins in my bookcase. But I thought that this would be really great for classroom teachers to use and add some of these into your calm down corners or meditation stations in your classrooms, or other counselors, school psychologists, social workers. These would be the perfect little kind of helpful tool to have in your office. And sometimes what I've done in the past is if I get called to a classroom for a student that maybe is having some behavioral difficulties, I'll bring something with me like this, and it could be a good distraction for the student. It's a nice way to kind of just get their mind off of it so that you can sort of de-escalate the situation. And sometimes we'll step out into the hallway and I'll have them use this. Oftentimes I find when students are heightened and maybe they got in trouble or there was kind of a situation that happened that they were upset about, sometimes in the moment they're not ready to talk about it, or it's hard for them just to sit and do nothing and have a conversation with you, especially for, the younger kiddos sometimes. So what I like to do is I use something like this to use as almost like a distraction for them so they can play with it. It's nice, it's a calming tool. They can stretch the little bands, and these also have like those little loops that you can put your finger through and almost make it like a little yo-yo, which is kind of cool. So I'll use this with the students to sort of, again, de-escalate and help distract them, help make them a little bit, or help them feel a little more at ease, I should say, so that they don't feel so nervous about talking with me. Also, I use this in counseling and group sessions when I'm working with students. If it's one-on-one and again we're having sort of a conversation, we'll toss it back and forth with each other as we talk, and again it just helps to de-stress the child, helps them feel a little bit more at ease. It's also a nice way to build rapport with the child and kind of connect with them. Sometimes when I have a larger group of students, we'll do what we call like our quick fire rapid round challenge. So we'll maybe start off by asking questions of how's your day, how are you doing, tell me something that went well today, tell me something that was challenging, something that you want to work on. And so I'll have the Koosh ball, and then I'll ask the question, and I tell students, you need to have whole body listening. Your eyes need to be on me so that you know if I'm looking at you and I'm tossing the ball in your direction, you're ready to catch it. So it's a nice way to, again, reinforce whole body control, whole body listening with students, set the expectations beforehand. And then I'll call the student's name, toss them the ball. They have to answer the question, and then they toss it back to me. Or sometimes we'll come up with a game, kind of a social skills game, where they have to ask each other questions, and they'll have to hold this, ask someone a question, use the person's name, toss the ball to them, and then the person answers and tosses the ball back. So some of the rules that we come up with are you have to be looking, you have to make sure that you use the person's name so they know you're talking to them, and I'll make sure to ask questions like, how do you know someone's talking to you? What are some important things we need to do with our body? Face the speaker or face the person we're talking to, make sure that our eyes are on the person, kind of nod our head to show that we're listening and we're paying attention. So it's just a nice way to kind of build some basic social skills. I love to use this as well. In past years, I have a sister who used to teach with me in my building, and she used to be a first grade teacher. Now she's in the middle school setting, but when she was a first grade teacher, I used to love going into her classroom all the time at work, and it was a really nice way for me to connect with students that I, typically might not encounter on a normal basis. But it was really great because every week, I would go into her classroom on Friday mornings and do morning meeting with the students. So it was just kind of a nice change of pace. And I used this activity to do morning greetings. So we would make a circle, I would hold the Koosh ball and pick a student to greet them and say, good morning, Samantha. If it was, let's say, a girl named Samantha, I would toss the ball to her, she would catch it, and she would have to say, good morning, Miss G. And then she would pick another friend and say, good morning, Joey, throw the ball to him. And then, you would continue until everybody around the classroom was greeted. So there's lots of ways that you can incorporate these into not just counseling, but into academics, into morning meeting activities, gameplay activities with your students. So I just wanted to share kind of some quick benefits of something as simple as a Koosh ball, and definitely check out my stories on Instagram so you can see the set that I came across that I thought was a fantastic deal. And if you see other sets similar, or if you have other ideas on how you would incorporate a Koosh ball into counseling or academics with your students, definitely leave a comment or share it with me on Instagram so I can share it out with some of the other followers I have. You know, we always love to learn new things and new strategies, so definitely share out. And I guess we'll give a little shout out to my Pokeball. I don't know if anyone remembers these old school toys from Burger King back in the day, back in the 90s, but my nephew loves to play with that when he comes over to my house. So shout out to Pokemon and Koosh balls. Bye guys, and I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later.